Alright, so in this one, I actually want to give Legends some praise. I know there has been a rant video from a lot of people of part 1, people are upset about part 2, but actually, in a very crazy twist of fate, because we know how Gohan characters usually are in this game, and it is not the healthiest thing. Matter of fact, they always create the worst metas to ever exist. FSK, Zenkai, FSK initial drop, which is also pretty good. Blue Beast, Red Beast, Ultra Gohan, Ultimate Gohan. It was always just tediousness, annoyances that happen with premium Gohans. And this one, I mean, that's not the case. Matter of fact, it's quite the opposite. I am impressed. I'm proud of Legends. This is a praising video. This is a positive video about Legends. This is not something you would expect from a Gohan. He's a good release. Matter of fact, I'm going to just say it outright. I think this is one of the healthiest releases of 2024. And it sucks that it's coming at the end of 2024 that this very healthy release is happening. But I really do think that, because I look at card number and I look at releases. We go all the way down here with it being, I believe, GT Goku being 2024. I look at Beast Gohan and I'm like, wow, that's a great drop. You got Tamagami, who was a good release. You got Gotenks, pretty healthy. You got Broly, who was decent for what he was, meant to do, but he didn't do it fully. Triku's a pretty decent release. Turles pretty decent release. God Goku's decent release. Ulton is annoyance. SV, annoyance. GB, I guess, is healthy, but, kind of subpar. But we have a lot of toxic shit. Super 17, Golden Frieza initial droppage, Vegito, Diamond Goku's toxic, he has a lock-in. MV, obviously, Super Saiyan 3 Goku with his infinite combos. But I look at Beast Gohan, and it's a very simple thing. This is not some complicated thing to realize what's healthy and what's unhealthy for the game. You look at lock-ins and things and all that kind of manipulation. Those are unhealthy, right? Things you can't stop. AoE green cards, lock-ins, auto gauges. Those things that are just going to always happen and always bother you. You're never going to think like, oh, they outplayed me because they auto gauged or they AoE greened or they locked me in. It's not really an outplay. It's like, yeah, I guess they clicked their character faster so they got to lock you in. Sure. But realistically, it's not a genuine thing. You actually have to play the game to make things work with some characters. And Gohan is that. I know he has Special Beam Cannon, but the thing is, that doesn't happen, really. I mean, it happens, but it's not instantly. It's not, frame zero. Matter of fact, I've seen it do against me and for me, even having it at 14 stars here, subpar damage. I saw it do to a Turles, to a 5-star Turles. It did 3 million damage. And that might sound like, oh, that's not too bad. The Turles had like 3.5 million health. He couldn't even pop it. So it's not like that's like an instant guarantee win button, and it takes a long time. The max that takes is 100 counts to get a Special Beam Cannon. That's not the most healthy thing in the world. The auto guarantee attack, that's not. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that it's not a guarantee kill, the fact that it takes so long, the fastest it can be is 50 counts, like, I don't fully even mind it, honestly. Like, this character has annoyances in his kit. Don't get me wrong. Every unit's going to have an annoyance. But toxic stuff is not the same as an annoying thing. Sure, you can't do a rush against them, or you can't do your ultimates against them. Ultimates have already been neutered to the ground anyways. That's why these new units, 3 of them at least, have blue cards. And Diamond Goku is really intended to do blue cards. So 4 new units are meant to do blue cards. Ultimates are meant to be kind of null and void at this point. If you have one, Gohan's just going to abuse the fact that you have one and kind of hurt you for it. But there's not anything really bad about him. He doesn't have double card draw speed, so he doesn't infinite combo you. He has cover in all 10 counts when he's, clicking strikes or blast, which is fine. He gets covered on green card, which is fine. Because again, he doesn't have infinite cards. I guess you could do a green card to get some cards. You're always going to draw a blue card with that green card a couple times. So you can't even infinite because you're going to have like a strike, blue, blast in your hand. And it's like, oh, I have to end the combo with the blue card. And the max cards you're going to do in a combo is like 6, 7, maybe 8 if you're lucky with this Gohan. And that's good. I do not want to be infinite. I do not want to be AoE green. He doesn't have that. I don't want to be locked in. He doesn't have that. I don't want to be auto gauged. He doesn't have that. There's not really toxic traits. It's a very ironic situation that a Vegeta character is as toxic as he is, while the Gohan character is a billion times more healthy than a Vegeta. That is not a thing that ever happens. It hasn't happened, I think, in the history of this game, where a Vegeta is more toxic than a Gohan, because Gohans are Gohan. They love Gohan. And people will say, oh, this is a bit of a negative, though. And I'll address that, because, well, that just means MV is guaranteed number 1. Yeah, But this is more of a looking forward aspect of it in my eyes, because what I see here is I see, not too crazy toxicity, but some annoyances. Again, Diamond Goku is toxic to a degree because he is locked in. Infinite combos of VB and Super Saiyan 2 Goku, sure. But at least you're promoting me playing the game. There was a point, from here, where we were waiting till this to happen, where you just weren't promoted for playing. You were just hurt if you were trying to play the game. Now we have Beast that promotes playing. Super Saiyan 2 Goku promotes playing. Diamond Goku really promotes it. Vegito, yes, he's infiniting you, but he still promotes you playing the game. And I think this is a better directional thing that they're going for. And what it really does in my eyes, it opens up where right now, I think of a top 5 list, and yes, MV's at number 1 there. I'm not going to discredit that. But man, these other characters, I'd be shocked to say that 2 through 5, maybe it's more guaranteed of Vegito or Beast being there, but it's not a far gap between Beast, Daima, Vegito, and Super Saiyan 2 to 3 Goku. And again, I understand the releases and the underwhelming stuff that happened in Part 1 and Part 2 exists. Super Saiyan 2 to 3 Goku shouldn't be what he is. He shouldn't be Majin Buu Saga. But in a general sense, I would say this is more of a positive than a negative in a grand scheme, because yes, there is a character from prior that is coexisting that is a top tier character, which is unfortunate, but still, in the moving forward kind of light of things that seems to be coming, these units are promoting gameplay. I want to play the game. This is a very simple mindset I have. Let me play the game with my characters that want to play the game. And for the most part, these units promote gameplay. It sounds crazy. It sounds weird, because a lot of units don't. A lot of units we've had don't. But now, these 5 new premium drops do promote gameplay. And I'm happy about it, personally. I just think Beast is one of those positive releases that exists. And I hope, moving forward, things keep going in this mannerism. Now, again, I'm not discrediting that there is toxic traits within these units, but there is also negatives. That is what is deserved for characters. Not every unit needs to be this, I have no negative. Matter of fact, 0 characters should have no negative. Now, you'll see less negatives in Vegito than you'll see in others, for sure, but there's still negatives. Vegito can still get, one shot. If you don't have that gauge filled, you get a purple to do a big move. Guess what? Vegito's dead. He doesn't have that neutral. Vegito's dead. That's a flaw of Vegito. It coexists with Vegito. Diamond Goku, he's very squishy, and for honest sake, Diamond Goku just sniped Diamond Goku very easily. It's not difficult, and blue units can just toss him around. He doesn't do any damage to blue units unless they do an ultimate or something, or a rush. Super Saiyan 2 to 3 Goku, he's squishy, as well as just gets tossed around by purples, or just in a general sense by anything. He's a squishy character. And then you got Beast. He has 10 counts defense neutral. That's the whole entire thing. Diamond Goku's not meant to be the perfect counter to him. He's a good stoppage to him, obviously, red. But you're meant to have Gotenks, and Gotenks having such longevity of aging, being a pretty healthy release in a general sense compared to other stuff. You infinite combo with Gotenks, because infinite combo. You combo as long as you can with Gotenks there. Obviously, you can't be stopped by silliness and cover an old actor because it only has 5 counts on entry. You have to pop a green card to reset it with gauge filled. But you combo Gotenks to go through that defense neutral, and now Gotenks can just deal with Gohan. And that's the point of it. Gohan has a flaw where if you're in too long, he's gonna die. Yes! That's a positive. If MV's in too long, guess what? He gets his gauge and the combo's done. There's no flaw within that, right? That's a bad thing. You have no gain of playing better or outsmarting or anything. You just, okay, combo done. I move over. My turn now. I got a blue card to deal with, and yada yada. That's not the game. That's not playing. But with Beast, there's comprehension of, oh, I just use my Gotenks and then I combo for a good minute. Sure, I can do that. Let me save these green cards here for the cover and all of Gotenks. Let me do this, that, and the other, so I can have where Gotenks can deal with this Beast Gohan in this setting. And that's exactly how the game's meant to be played. You're supposed to be able to counter out units with other units. It's not meant to be, here's this one guy of MV, okay, well, everyone else doesn't exist. They don't need, screw them all. But with how Beast has released, with him having negatives in his kits, which is what should happen, it's a positive thing for the entire game. Now, the only issue we run into right now is we need to kill the Majin. I don't know who, but we need to kill him. We need to kill him yesterday. We need to kill him in general. I do wish Beast did have a little bit more anti-Majin Vegeta mechanics. He can't be lock-in sniped by him because the gauge, right? Ultimates would be stopped and he would just counterattack him. Awesome, great. But I wish he had an offense mechanic that was good against MV. Just specifically MV. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, Majin Vegeta, like his DBLID, but like it's just good against MV's kind of baseline things. I wish Beast Gohan had an offense mechanic about that. But that's really all I wish for Beast. Something that would deal with the toxic guy that coexists. Right now, I'm very content with how the game is, besides MV. You got Turles running back. You got Vegito, who's going to be a evil, but he's a lesser evil than MV. Barely, but he is a lesser evil. There's still ways to deal with him. Diamond Goku's pretty solid right now. You have Super Saiyan 3 Goku. You have Beast Gohan. You have Gotenks. People are trying to run these other red units to deal with Beast Gohan, which is a good thing. UG4 is in a gutter, and he has an auto gauge. I want him in the gutter. I hate auto gauges. So get that man going. People are still running Shin. Fusing SV could be competent if you want to waste a ultimate. Then you rush Fusing SV to rush Beast. I don't know. Do something like that. There's actual competency in some of these characters that are not something you're seeing that often. And I think that is a very positive thing they have created here. And I hope they keep going with that, because we do not need auto gauges. There is no sequence of life where this is going to end up being positive. Nobody has liked dealing with MV. They have stopped G4 8,000 million times because they think he's too strong because his gauge, I guess? I don't know. Maybe. So do the same for MV. We're getting there. Diamond Goku's good against them. Super Saiyan 2 Goku's good against them. VB's good against them. And Beast is fine. Mai's good against them. Whatever. Gotenks good against them. But do what you did to G4 to MV 10 times more. This game is actually turning in a genuine, healthy positioning with this Ultra. That's not something you can really ever say besides right now, and I hope they keep doing it. And again, people are upset that he's not number one guaranteed this Ultra. I don't feel he's there. Maybe you do. That's fine. That's cool. I don't think that's a problem. I think the problem just stems within it that we haven't stopped this other Ultra. It is not Beast Gohan's fault, in my eyes, that he is not number one. It is the toxicity of automatic stuff is the fault of it. And the way to deal with that is just murder that toxicity character. Once that happens, I think we're in a fantastic spot. Sure, it'll be annoying to face Vegito. Sure, Diamond Goku's lock-in will be, rats. I should have played around that, because you actually can't play around that lock-in. It takes a few cards. It's not MV, enter off a blast card, pop main, pseudo lock again. Like, that you can't play around that, right? You can't do that. Diamond Goku, you actually have to build it up. They're going to be annoying characters, but we have such a big evil right now, I'd much rather these other annoying little tedious guys than this devil incarnate. So I would just say we're in a good spot. This is praise. This is praise for Legends, actually making releases that are competent for what the game is meant to be, where you play the game. They are actually trying to promote gameplay. I am happy with that. I am glad they are doing that. I hope they continue this path. This is a very good precedent for 2025. It's really hard to mess this up, and it's actually going to be even better because we had the New Year's tickets. People are going to pull more Daimas. They're going to pull Gotenks. They're going to pull units that are good against MV. The latter half of this year, the last three months basically, have been units that are pretty good against MV. So we're going to see more people running units that are good against MV, and that's a positive. We get that man out. We start releasing, Omega Shenron wasn't really toxic. He was the character right after UG4. We're going to get a purple LF most likely. Just make him fine. You don't have to make him Jesus. Just make him a similar vibe to Omega Shenron. Omega Shenron was running around with UG4 out. Allow that to coexist with this next LF. Don't make them crazy. Don't make them toxic. You have a good precedent right now. Please don't mess it up. Make him able to live against MV and run well with Daima Goku or Gotenks or Mai or whatever. But just give him a good foundational thing, because it's most likely going to be purple. It's usually disadvantage to the Ultra. Just give us that. I'm not asking too much. You've done well. You genuinely have done well right now. But give us just that. Give me a glimpse of what 2025 will be. Not some crazy creeping of power. Just something honest. We're getting honest things. These are more honest units than dishonest. I love that. Please continue this path. You are actually doing well within this last few months here on honest characters that promote playing the game. Maybe not all of them, but at least they promote playing the game to a higher degree than others prior. I hope they continue. I'm glad this unit released as he is, and I'll see you guys in the next one.